What's up, folks? I was having a conversation earlier with a young lady who was telling me how stuck she feels, stuck in a bad marriage. You know, one of those marriages that you split up, get a divorce, remarry, and it happens in the dating world too, where you're with somebody, you split up, things go bad, little time passes, you end up getting back together. Then you wonder why you did. You get that realization of why it didn't work out the first time. It's because it was a bad idea in the first place. I mean, I think that things don't work out for a reason. As for myself, there are girls from my past that I've dated or had some kind of intimate time with that, it didn't work out for whatever reason. But it didn't end too ugly. And over time, the hurt feelings have dissolved. And we're friends now, and we talk from time to time. But we don't ever talk about those times. It's like we know it happened. We know it didn't work out. There's no need to really go back and revisit it. Now, I know it's natural, and sometimes I do it. I think about the what ifs, but I have to remind myself that it didn't work out for a reason. If it was meant to be, it would have been. Then there's girls in my past who I've had to completely cut them fucking out of my life. Because either they fucked me over real bad, or I know they're just going to come to me with more bullshit. And I'm no longer going to waste any more of my life on that raggedy motherfucker, having them fucking soak the fucking fun out of everything I'm trying to enjoy. Some of them you just can't be friends with. You can't fucking make amends and just be peaceful. You gotta fucking cut them out and move on. Now, over the years, my whole thought process has changed about it. It used to really bother me. It used to really put me out when I'd see a relationship fall apart or a marriage fall apart because the woman decided she's not happy. Because it was my view that, hey, you took a vow, for better or worse. Good times and bad, remember? And as soon as things aren't great for you, you just want to bonk out. Everybody else has got to pay for it because you're not happy. That being said, my thoughts on that have changed over the years. Especially, folks, if it's just a relationship. If you're dating somebody. If they're miserable and you're miserable, I mean, what is the point of going through that? What is the point of wasting all those years bending over backward trying to make it work? Just for them to walk out at the end of it all. I don't get that. There's no point in it. If you're miserable, then walk on. Pack up your shit and get on with your life. I mean, that's just the way I see it now. I mean, I really don't see the point in spending all those years, investing all that time. You got one shot at this life, folks. Why would you want to waste 10 or 15 years being with somebody you're not happy with? Making all those self-sacrifices, compromising everything, giving up all kinds of things, bending over backward to do for somebody that doesn't appreciate you. Here's the thing. Unappreciative people that don't appreciate what you do, don't appreciate the sacrifices that you've made, don't appreciate the things that you've done for them. Don't you find it ironic that the people who are the most unappreciative are also the most undeserving? It's usually the people that are the most undeserving of what you have to offer that don't appreciate it. And then if you bring it up, hey, I'm really irritated that you don't seem to appreciate anything that I've done for you. And what does their comeback? Oh, well, I said thank you. Yeah, you said thank you. To me, thank yous are fine, but I think that falls under the category of good manners, not necessarily a show of appreciation. Somebody does something nice for you, spends some money they could have spent on themselves, but they spent the money on you, trying to make you smile. They did for you because they wanted to see you happy. They wanted to make your night. They cared enough about you to do something nice for you, a selfless act for you. And here you are less than 24 hours later, running them through the ringer, chewing their ear off with a bunch of fucking bullshit. I'll tell you right now, from a man's point of view, that'll make me bitter real quick. If I'm in a relationship with somebody and I'm doing for them, and I'm spending money I really don't have to spend on them, I'm doing things for them to make them happy because I care enough about them to make them happy, and I feel like they don't appreciate it, guess what? It's going to get thin real quick. Look, here's the deal. If you feel stuck in a relationship, you feel somehow that you owe this person you're with something, And you got all these things to consider. Okay, there's the kids. There's, where's he going to be? You need to think about yourself. I mean, I know you could construe this as being selfish, but like I said, you've only got one shot at this life. Why waste your journey spending your life miserable to appease some ungrateful motherfucker? I mean, why would you do that? I don't get that, folks. Please explain to me how that makes any sense at all. And you think about, okay, there's the kid factor. All right, how many people did you know that had this save a marriage baby? Oh, well, things are really bad. I think I'll just have another kid. That'll save the marriage. That'll save the relationship. No, it won't. It's just another mouth to feed now. And I think it'd be better to go ahead and get a divorce or break it off, and you and the kids go on about your business and leave that miserable motherfucker behind. Especially if there's the type of person that's not treating their children good. An abusive husband or a nagging wife. I mean, yeah, divorce is hard, and it's usually the kids that suffer the most from divorce. But I mean, you kind of got to weigh it out. I mean, what's worse? Seeing mom and dad fight all the time? Living in a household full of strife? Or getting used to the whole idea of mom lives over here, dad lives over there. And they kind of have to bounce back and forth. Yeah, it sucks for the kids. I mean, it's a hard decision to make. But I think it's better to live in a peaceful household, a peaceful environment, than to live in a household full of strife. The kids should feel love at home. They shouldn't be on pins and needles and feel tense all the time and have all those struggles in their own mind like somehow it's their fault. The kids' childhood is very short, very quick. So instead of you wasting that time, you should be focused on your children. You're focused on appeasing an ungrateful motherfucker. You gotta weigh it out, folks. Good versus bad. If the bad far exceeds the good, it's probably time to go ahead and pack it in, call it quits, and get on with your life. Or you could settle and stay with that miserable motherfucker and fuck the rest of your life off for them. And when it's all over, it's all said and done, they're probably going to walk out on you anyways. And then you could look back 20 years from now and think, man, I just wasted 20 years with this ungrateful motherfucker. You're only stuck in a situation if you choose to be stuck. I mean, if you're truly unhappy in a situation, it's up to you to fix it. It's either you can go ahead and settle in life and just deal with being miserable, waste your journey being miserable, or you can make that change. You can get on with your life. It won't be easy out the gate, but you'll adapt, you'll adjust. And I'm telling you right now, from personal experience, it's better to be alone than to live miserably or to live a lie. You're only stuck if you want to be.